Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
We're going to do a lightning review of Funko Games' Grow Your Heart card game, which is based on Dr. Seuss's Grinch story. And so, Julie will tell you the number of players.
It is for 2 to 6 players, ages 6 and up.
So here's a 2-player setup. And one thing that we didn't do the first 2 games we played is refer to this chart. This chart tells you how many rounds you'll play and how many times somebody will be the Grinch. So in 2 players, you'll play 6 rounds. That means each player will be the Grinch 3 times. And here in a 4-player game, each player will be the Grinch once. And why does it matter who the Grinch is? Because the Grinch has an advantage of drawing from the deck blindly or from the discard piles. So you're going to end up each round with 5 cards. You start out with 2. I say, well, the Grinch goes second or last. So here's the 2 cards I start with, and they are numbered 1 through 6, and they have different colors. So this is a Yahtzee variant. You see here on the score pad that you want, if you're going to go for green, you want the most green cards, and you just add them up. Same with the yellow, the pink, and the blue. Rainbow is the highest of each color, so there's only 4 colors. There will be 1 card that you won't use in your hand. Match the number, so if it's a sequence, not a sequence, but if it's all 3s or all 5s, you can, if you have 3 3s or 3 5s, it's 10 points. But if you have 5 5s or 5 3s, it's 30 points. And then a run is a sequence: 1 2 3 4 5, or 1 2 3 4 would be worth 15 points, or 2 through 6 would be worth 25 points. So you're only playing so many rounds. What we did when we played, it actually made it better. We'd probably continue playing this way. We just play all 7 rounds, which makes it more tense. That it does make the game a little longer, though.
True.
So you got to be more strategic about. So you see, on one game, I could not complete the match number, but we wouldn't have been playing that 7th round anyways.
Yeah.
That's why it was crossed off. All right. So the sequence is I'll draw 2, and then I must discard. And I think I'm going to go for green because I have this card here that gives me bonus points. So if I have a green card, I'll get +5, even if I'm scoring green. Now, what does that mean? That means at the end of the game, or end of the round, so now I must discard something. So I discard this. Now, Julie has the option to, let's say she's going to go for a sequence. Hang on. So you're going to grab the 4.
Yep.
And then draw. She'll get rid of this because she's going for 6 5 4. So she discards this card, and then she uses the heart to pay attention to that. Now the next round, well, we have 3. Now the next round we're going to have 4 cards. So I draw again. Now notice I can't draw from her discard pile. So I draw again. I'm going for green. So here we go. That's good because that's going to be 10, 15 plus this bonus here, 20 points. Even though I'm not scoring the blue, this bonus symbol here is going to give me an extra 5 points. So I discard this. Now Julie,
I don't want that.
Can draw from here or here. She's just going to draw 2. And she doesn't have, she'll probably get rid of this. And then we know we're going to have 5 cards. This is the last round because the Grinch's heart's getting bigger. Can I get a green? No. Julie's not going for 5s, I see, so I probably discard my 5. So that's part of, you don't play with your hands open, but you can kind of tell what the Grinch might or may not be going for based on what they're picking up or discarding. Now Julie goes.
Well, that stinks.
So Julie is probably going to go for blue now.
I'll go for blue.
So you can switch up as the game goes because she didn't get her sequence. You got to have at least, to get a run in order, as you'll see right here, she needed to have at least 4 cards. She only has 3 cards in order. She needed a 3.
Yep.
If she would have gotten a 3, then she would have had 5 cards in order and scored 25. So she switched strategies in between here. She has 16 points.
Yep.
She would write it down here on blue, and we'd mark down, where we are on the score pad. I, on the other hand, have 10, 15, plus 5 for this cup of cold water because I have a green, so that's 20. So I'll just be leading by 4 points. And when we play the next round, I'll be the Grinch, and because based on this chart, we'd play another 5 rounds, meaning then that we'd only fill in 6 of these 7 rows.
Right.
So that's the 2-player version. It's a little different with 4, 5, and 6 and 3 players. So let's take a look how our categories and rating.
All right.
So, do you think it's fun?
I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
We really liked this the first time we played it. It's a fun Yahtzee variant. Because in Yahtzee, you're rolling the dice and you're kind of like, okay, when's my turn coming? You're kind of sitting there watching. Here, I'm paying attention to what Julie's doing, if you're the Grinch or not. So when you're the Grinch, it's you got more variety. So it's a more fun variant. And then the idea that you can keep these cards with the bonus points. And if I show you here, there's other ones too, like for blue. And then if you have there's one
pink.
There's one here. Yeah. If you have 3 pink, then it's 10 bonus points.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's more variety.
And it's not as loud as rolling the dice. Although I do love rolling dice.
The theme works because you have the wreaths, noise, ornaments, and presents, trying to throw a party.
Just like the show.
Story. The art is just like
exactly.
Just like the.
I mean, look at Lucy Liu.
You remember her name? I don't.
Well, I like Lucy Liu.
To tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever read the story.
I never read it. I just remember the cartoon.
I mean, even though I've read to hundreds of kids, maybe even over thousands of kids' stories, I don't think I've ever read the Dr. Seuss.
And I think
Grinch
this
story.
is the smallest Who in Who-ville too. That's
Yeah,
he doesn't have a name. I just remember him being the smallest Who in
Julie's
Who-ville.
referring to this. So you remember more than I do.
Not bad for Mushy Brain, huh?
Well, I don't even remember the cartoon. I know I've seen it.
I like the
Components, the cardboard here is nice. This will hold up. Nice and thick. Cardstock's average.
Yeah.
Okay. Scores pads are just score sheets, but at least it's in color.
Yeah,
That's nice.
which is nice. It's Christmas colors.
So they're average. Complexity, other than the scoring with the bonus cards.
That's about it.
That's about it. And its age is what now?
6 and up.
6 and up. You would have to help a young person.
You would.
You could take out the bonus cards if that's confusing, because otherwise then it's just rummy. So if a 6-year-old would have trouble with that, just take it out for the first few games and introduce it later. Playing time, it can get a little.
It got long for us because we played it wrong.
Well, even then, even the next round, it's not as long as Yahtzee.
No, gosh, no.
No.
But it's, I don't know, what was it, 10 minutes maybe?
But if you only play one column of Yahtzee, that's pretty quick. But it seems like it takes longer.
Because you're always waiting to roll the dice. Where this one, you're both drawing the cards and you're going back and forth.
So it does take a little bit longer than other card games, but it's not so long that you don't want to play it.
No.
So the age and audience, other than maybe having to remove cards for a
I think it's
6-year-old.
appropriate.
Yeah, it's appropriate, because if your child can play rummy, then they can play this.
Because it's really no reading in a sense, because you're just going by the colors or the shapes. So
All I'm saying is
symbols.
that when you have the bonus cards,
I even got confused on the bonus.
it could be confusing on how to use them.
I got very confused.
And that's the only thing I would. It doesn't mean a player can't overcome that. A young person.
Well, even an old person.
The design and mechanics are solid. I mean, for a Yahtzee variant, it's cool. And learning the rules is no problem. The rule book makes sense. Okay, it's easy to read. You can get this going in about less than 10 minutes.
And it was very easy to learn.
Educational merit, you are adding. So
Oh yeah,
if you look here,
a lot.
this is nice basic addition skills.
Yep.
But you are going to get into 3 digits. So keep that in mind that a young person might need help. 3rd grade, they should be able to do that.
I would think so.
And that would be an 8-year-old. 8 and 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always have to try to remember, even though I taught 3rd grade. But again, an adult can help with that. Or if they have to, most kids can have access to calculators or cell phones. They can add it up. So there is some math connections there, which is ideal. All right, so how would you rate it?
9.
A 9, huh?
I love it.
Let me zoom in here a little
It's
bit.
really fun. I very much enjoy playing.
Let me think here. Yeah, I'd give it a 9 too.
Yep.
I don't know if we'll always enjoy playing it, but this will definitely go in our pile, and we're going to want to teach other people this game.
I want to teach our boys and Eddie's fiance how to play this.
Yeah, and like I said, it's something that we're going to go to more often than not.
Oh, I think
And
so.
we'll go into this will hit the table more often.
I think I'd rather play this than the Yahtzee. Only
Yeah, I agree.
because it's a little bit faster and it's not as loud and there's more interaction,
Well, yeah,
I think.
That's right. Because when you're the Grinch, just by looking at what's in the discard pile that you can choose from someone's. And imagine what it would be with 4 players.
It'd be
where
awesome.
You'll have more cards you can choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah, paying attention to what people are discarding and what they're going for, and the tense and having to switch strategies and deal with bad draws and switch strategies midway between in a round. Makes it more interesting. But that happens in Yahtzee too when you get bad rolls.
True.
All right, so that is the Grinch Grow Your Heart game.
Heart from Funko.
So we give that a 9. Good
yes.
job.
Thanks.
All right.
See you guys later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.